Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back with a new Western Roundup update for you guys. A new collection of Westerns that I got some new ones in here, and I got some rewatches that are off the shelf that need, you know, great movies that are just that I rewatch and stuff that I want to recommend to you guys to turn into maybe one of your favorite movies that you rewatch a lot and stuff. So I've been diving into my own collection and getting stuff off the shelf and rewatching them and just really appreciating either the packaging, what's on the disc, how it looks, the story, the movie itself, and recommending it to you guys and stuff, because I've got a lot of cool movies. I've put together a lot of cool movies over the span of 5 years of doing this channel even. So anyways, I wanted to recommend some stuff today, and these are really good movies, and I gotta recommend them to you. So first one, this is a great movie. Now, this is one of the last movies, I think, that one of my favorite actors, Dan Bluray, did. And this was a Western, I believe. I want to say this thing was made, like, over in Spain, where a lot of actors were going over there, aging actors, and kind of finishing out their career doing, Italian-type crime movies or Westerns or, spaghetti Westerns or giallis and stuff like that. But this isn't, this is an earlier movie. This was at kind of the beginning of actors going over there, and it's a big packed cast of Western legends. I mean, stars, Western stars, and everything. Just to read a few off: Dan Bluray, you got Rod Cameron, Richard Arlen, Buster Crabbe, Fuzzy Knight, Johnny Mac Brown, Peter Bluray, his own Dan's son. You got Eddie Quillen, Grady Sutton. You got Emery Parnell, Boyd Red Morgan, Bob Steele, Dan White. Great stuff here. I mean, big old cast. I mean, all those guys were legends back in like the 30s and 40s. A lot of B-Western actors and stuff. But this is a really good movie called The Bounty Killer. And this is I think this is a UK DVD release. It's kind of hard to find, and this is a really good print of it, I must say. And by the way, guys, let me just pause this for a minute. And I'm looking at my YouTube channel here on the little laptop, checking out my channels. Don't forget to go to my channel and check out some of the older videos, because right here I got a bunch of Westerns just right here. I'm looking at all of them, and I'm like, man, I made a lot of episodes and everything. So yeah, go to my channel, go to playlists, and scan down there, and you'll see Westerns. Click on it, and you'll see all these. Right there, I see 159 Westerns alone. I know I did more than that, but those are ones I remembered to put in a playlist. So check those out if you love Westerns. And back to this. Now, this is a really good movie, The Bounty Killer. Dan Bluray is great. Dan Bluray was in a bunch of good movies, 40s and 50s and 60s. I mean, he did a lot of cool stuff, a lot of film noir. Of course, he did some Westerns. He did a little bit of everything. And he's one of those unsung actors. Once you see him, you know it's him. His voice, he's unmistakable. But yeah, Bounty Killer, really cool. It's about an aging gunfighter coming to this town. He's got some issues that he works out, but he's it's one of those movies where you got to get your stuff together and prove yourself at the end, and it's just really good, and it's got a great cast in it and stuff. So The Bounty Killer, I believe it's from 1965. Now this is a new one that I've added to my collection, and I believe friend of the channel, Leslie from the Good, the Bad, and the OK channel, also from Reverend Nada's channel. Leslie right now is kind of MIA, but I believe he still gets on YouTube and kind of watches some videos and stuff. I wish you'd come back, Leslie. You are missed in the community, but I believe he recommended this to me a couple of months ago while I was chatting with him, and this hadn't been out for very long, from Vinegar Syndrome. This is a movie called Charlie One Eye. And it is a movie from the 70s. It kind of falls into that category of like, you know, like El Topo and some of the more experimental westerns and stuff. But it's not really bizarre experimental, but it's different. It's got mainly two people in it. The great Richard Roundtree, you know, better known as Shaft, did this, and it's got a guy named Roy Thins, and I believe he did some black exploitation movies too. Nigel Davenport is in as one of the bounty hunters, and this movie came out in, I think, '73, so it wasn't too far from when he did Shaft. And actually Paramount Pictures put this out back then and stuff, and it is all but maybe forgotten until Vinegar Syndrome pulled it out and you know, showed it. It was like Charlie One Eye. It's got a hell of a great title and everything. And but looking at the covers, you can't really tell it's a western that takes place in the 1800s. You know, with Richard Roundtree with a, you know, white T-shirt on. It doesn't really look like it's from that time. But this is a pretty cool release, and it's got dual artwork. I'll just flip the artwork over here and show you the other one. The other artwork looks more western-y, more of the time period. Comes with a booklet, and cool transfers always expected from Vinegar Syndrome. But yeah, Charlie One Eye. He's basically traveling through the desert, and he's just like hallucinating and stuff. He runs across this other guy, and he won't talk to him. He's just silent. He's driving him crazy, and finally they come together to, you know, help each other because of you know, fight this bounty hunter off because they're wanted. I think Richard Roundtree had ran away from the army during the Civil War, and then the other guy is more of like I guess an outlaw, or he may not even be wanted, but definitely Richard Roundtree, his character is wanted in this. And then later on we find out who Charlie One Eye is. Now I'm not going to give away that; you'll have to find that out. But if you're willing to take a chance and check this out, Charlie One Eye. Now I got this off Amazon. And it was not bad. I think I got it for like $15, which was crazy. Once I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, Leslie was talking about that. I grabbed it. And I'm going to watch it again because it's a movie that might escape you at first, but stick with it. And it's good. Charlie One Eye. Always got to get a little something different. A little something to, you know, that, you know, maybe not heard of and everything. And no, this is one of my favorite movies, or, you know, it's one of my favorite like cult movies. And I don't believe it's on Blu-ray or anything. I think this maybe its only release on DVD and Blu-ray. This is from the Warner Archive Collection. It's a movie called Hearts of the West, and it is a heartfelt tribute to the days of movie making, the early 30s, late 20s, silent movies, stuff like that. Jeff Bridges is so good in this. He's about the dopiest character he's ever played. And he wants to be a writer of westerns or pulp novels and stuff. So he's got his typewriter, and his family laughs at him, and he travels off because he's been corresponding with this college that's supposed to help him write scripts and stuff like that. But he finds out something about this company, and I'm not going to give that away because it's something. And he's being chased all through it. He ends up stumbling literally on a movie set while they're making a western, and he meets one of the western actors played by Andy Griffith, and he's really good in this. And they kind of adopt him in there, and eventually he works for the company, and he's doing stunts and stuff. And it is really good, guys. It is really a lot of fun. It's a movie you want to rewatch and stuff. And I really liked it. I mean, it's got a great cast. I mean, it's got Donald Pleasance in it, guys. I mean, he's in it. Blythe Danner, she's really good also. Alan Arkin, of course, Andy Griffith. And this was directed by Howard Ziff, produced by Tony Bill. Now, those two guys, I know they've made some other movies I just cannot put my finger on right now. But really good. Hearts of the West. I hope they put this out on Blu-ray, or maybe one of the other companies will adopt it and put it out. Next up, guys, this is it's not too old. I think this came out in I want to say maybe September or November, October, November, from Eureka Masters of Cinema, Rio Lobo. This is Howard Hawks' I guess final movie. I believe it's his last Western. And he did a trilogy with John Wayne. You know, of course, you had Rio Bravo, you had El Dorado, and then you got Rio Lobo. And sometimes they kind of blur, the last two kind of blur together a little bit on me sometimes. But each one was made in a different decade. You got the 50s, the 60s, and 70s. This came out in 1970. And it's a good movie. I mean, it's not the best movie. It is not Rio Bravo. I'll just say that right now. I mean, Rio Bravo is one of my favorite Westerns of all time. But it is not. But is it good? Yes, it is good. And this edition is worth picking up because it's got some bonus features, some interviews. It's got a nice booklet. It's got this cool slipcase with some, got some dual artwork going on. And I like it. It's pretty cool. It's got a good cast. It's actually got a good part for Jack Elam. The one-eye Jack Elam, most famous. Some of you guys might know Once Upon a Time in the West, a Sergio Leone movie in the beginning where he's kind of trapping the fly and the gun. Jack Elam. Once you see him, you know him. You may not know his name, but you know who he is. But he's in this. He's got a pretty good part. And but yeah, Howard Hawks, 1970, Rio Lobo. It's got the quality of Eureka that you come to expect from them. And really cool. Finally, they've done a really good, edition of this movie that probably would have never been thought of by the studios. But yeah, Rio Lobo. Next up, I got this off the shelf. This is a beautiful release from Arrow. I believe this may have come out in 2024. But I got this out to rewatch it. It's about one of my favorite Western directors, Anthony Mann. This is a movie, 1957, I want to say. The Tin Star, starring Henry Fonda and Anthony Perkins. Pretty cool movie. He's kind of the aging gunfighter and sheriff. Bounty hunter comes to town, kind of shows Anthony, kind of gives Anthony Perkins some training and kind of puffs him up because he's the sheriff of this town, and he's been picked to be sheriff because his father was sheriff and then his grandfather was sheriff, and he's not really someone who he doesn't really want to be a sheriff per se. He wants to do something else, but it's all about rising to the occasion and just courage and just appreciating and learning wisdom and everything that comes with getting older and everything. But yeah, the Tin Star, really good movie. It's one of those ones I pull off and watch a few times a year. It's got Elmer Bernstein's score. Looks great. Paramount put this out. This may be, I want to say, is this if it's a VistaVision, filmed in VistaVision. I'm not really sure if they were still doing VistaVision then, but anyways, the Tin Star, check that one out. Arrow did a fine job on it. And finally, guys, this is one of my favorite Westerns. I got this off the shelf to rewatch. And again, this is another movie I wish they would put out on Blu-ray, maybe do a deluxe copy or something, because I just love this movie, man. It puts a smile on my face every time I watch it. And you wouldn't think that by, it's a well-known title, pretty much. If you know John Wayne, it's a pretty well-known title, and but I feel like it's underrated. I think, you know, it's underrated. It should be more famous. I mean, he's done movies like The Searchers and Rio Bravo and stuff, and you know, Stagecoach, and those are all excellent movies. But this one seems to fall in the cracks sometimes, and it's not thought about. But it's directed by the great Edwin Marin, who did a lot of great 40s westerns. He's kind of forgotten about. But this is Tall in the Saddle, of course, starring John Wayne. Tall in the Saddle. Great cast. Love this cast that's in this. Ella Raines as she's just a firecracker. Ward Bond and the great George Gabby Hayes is in this. He is so good in this. This may be my favorite Gabby Hayes performance. I don't know, it's hard to tell, because during the late stage of Gabby Hayes' career, he did some of his best movies. He did a lot of good ones with Randolph Scott. Now those are all great. And he pretty much retired, you know, like in 1950 from movies. He started doing some TV and stuff, and that was about it for him. But he's mostly famous for, you know, being in the, you know, the early 30s. What's his name? Can't think of his name. Famous cowboy. I should know this. I'm having a brain fart. Maybe I'll put it on the screen. But anyways, just great cast, great role. I mean, Gabby Hayes is great in it, and Ward Bond is good, and it's just got a lot of other people in it, and it just zooms by. John Wayne is just so good in this movie. I mean, he's just playing this character, and it's kind of unlike any other character. I don't really remember him being like this character in any other movies and stuff. And Ella Raines, I mean, she's known for her, you know, film noirs and dramatic movies and stuff, and she is just a rootin' and tootin' and just a, you know, firecracker tomboy, just, you know, take no shit from nobody chick, you know, and everything. And they go toe to toe, her and John Wayne, and it is so much fun. It really is. It's so much fun. You know, when I get excited and I really like something, that's when you guys should probably go after it and check it out. Because if you've never seen Tall in the Saddle, I mean, it's from 1944. I mean, I heard of Tall in the Saddle way, way, way before I ever started watching old movies, even. Just the title is just memorable. I don't know where I saw it. But yeah, you know, 1944, and John Wayne was big then, you know, but it was like 1944. He hadn't done, you know, Red River yet, and he hasn't done this yet. But yeah, really good. Just a really good movie. Kind of forgotten about. A lot of people don't really bring it up or talk about it. Do 30-minute speeches, and critics are just awing and bawling and writing and cooing and hooing over it. But I will. So anyways, guys, check out my channel. Check out my Western playlist on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. And that's about it. So let me know in the comments what you thought, and I will see you guys later, cowpokes.